Welcome back everybody. Since I've had some very nice time with my Sony PSP and kind of like revived my whole experience about it and started modding again and actually installed Arc 4 and some nice other things, you might check this video here, I decided to also revise my PS Vita in 2026, and oh boy, this thing is just pretty much alive. Not only is it pretty much alive, but it's still kicking ass, and there are tons of things that you can do, from just playing some of the nice classic games to installing all kind of emulators. It's been a very nice experience. I'm gonna be doing several videos on this, such as what type of plugins do I use, such as this thing here that allows me to kind of like overclock my PSP, the CPU, the GPU and stuff like that, or maybe just use it to show the frame rate. But in this video I want to test something that drew my attention, and this is the Vita PS5, the Vitaki fork. So it's a PlayStation 5 remote play for PS Vita. It's a fork built on top of the already existing Vitaki fork. So this thing is absolutely new, and there is a guy out there that took the already existing Vitaki fork and actually tried to add some new functionalities. And it's really good because these developers spent apparently more than 3 months working across several design iterations to just get to this point, and he promises some nice new things such as latency and performance optimization, controller customization, the Vita PS5 style UI redesign, which is a more modern look, card-based console interface, enhanced console wake flow, fixed control input issues, improved console management, and packet loss fallback, and yeah, oh my god, there are so many things. So without any further ado, I'm just gonna showcase it now. My PlayStation 5 is running at the background, so I'm gonna be starting this application, and I want to show you some of the interface and the customization options before I really start to connect. And then I'm also gonna show you my speed connection. Believe it or not, I can still make something like 15 Mbps download. But then sadly I do experience some issues. So how do we access the menu? You click here and you basically have some options. The first one is apparently you connecting to your PS5, which is a rather straightforward process. Requires you to be logged with your PSN account on your PS5 and the same account also on your PS Vita. And if you do this like I did with home building, make sure to take all the necessary precautions like spoofing the last firmware and etc and etc. This is where things get interesting, because these are the settings for the stream, and from there you can see we have 540p, 720p HD, damn, experimental and even full HD, but for the sake of my test I'm going to be using the 540p. You have the latency mode, which is pretty much like the network connection, the bandwidth, so the balanced one will take you somewhere like 2.6 Mbps, high one 3.2, and then the maximal one, which is 3.8, and then a very ultra like 1.2 megabits per second. I'm gonna go for the maximum one because I just want to test this. And then yes, the FPS target, I'm gonna go to 60 FPS, and then there are plenty of other settings like auto discovery, show latency if you want to do so, show network alerts, and go full screen. Really plenty of nice good stuff. But this is where things get interesting, because this is the controller customization, and when you go inside you pretty much will have 3 options. This one, preset custom 1, these two is the back of the preset custom 1. From here I can go to preset custom 2, I can also go to the back and the front, and this is the preset custom 3. Now let me tell you why this is great, because this is my controller for the PS5, and you can see I have here the L2 and L1 and the R1 and R2, which you can see on my PS Vita, just one trigger. So you have the ability to go and map custom buttons and also specify the area, which is pretty great. Let me tell you, I just mapped this section here to be my L2 button, but I can go here and I can extend it. So what I can do from here, if I want to do, I can assign this area also to the L2, and I can just make this as big as I want. So right now, like all this area is going to be my L2, and what I'm going to do right now, all this area is going to be marked as R2. And this is really good, because this gives you some space to operate inside the game. So I'm going to now map the L2 here, this whole area of the screen. This whole area on the right is mapped to R2, and in the middle I'm gonna keep this like that. While we're here, pressing one of the triggers will get you to the back menu, and you can customize the touch area, because remember when Sony came up with this baby, yeah, it supported touch controls on the back with the PS pattern. I mean, crazy times, right? So now let's go back to this first section, and I'm gonna try to log in. Now when I log in, I can hear my PS5 telling me, hey, somebody logged in, and this is the remote play. And now as you can see, I am already connected to my PlayStation 5, and there is no joke with you guys, I am playing what is indeed GTA 5. Okay, yeah, this is the thing. Now, it is not so stable, at least with my network, and you know about the fact that the PlayStation Vita cannot connect to 5G network, so you're limited to like 2.4 gigahertz, and there were some things I was doing on my open VRT router to just make sure that I change the channels, go for a channel that is not so much use from all of my neighbors, to kind of like try to maximize, you know, the bandwidth and etc. And honestly, it's probably not so playable at the time, but hey, it's PlayStation Vita and I have the option to run my PS5 on it. It's not that bad, right? Let me tell you, I can click here. This is going to emulate me going to my main menu. So now you can really see that I am inside my PlayStation 5, which just alone is absolutely crazy. So I can show you one more thing. If I press the home button, you're gonna see, yeah, I am not really just tricking you with some emulators. This is the real thing. I was able to really remotely connect to the PlayStation 5. This is an amazing thing, so a lot of respect to Maurizio GG. I think this is the developer of the current tool. Yeah, and I got a crush anyway with all the caveats. Still, a lot of respect goes to Maurizio GG, who is the developer of the current Vitaki Vita RPS 5. So this thing has potential, and I really hope that it can take it from there and even make it even better. But can you access your PlayStation 5? Oh yeah, you can. Can you play GTA 5 on a PlayStation Vita? I mean, why not, if you have the nerves to deal with all these delays and the lags, and provided you have a good connection. By the way, my PS5 is connected to the Ethernet, which means I'm using a wired cable, so it's not using Wi-Fi. But honestly, yeah, it's not bad enough. And I can show you also how the changes of the weapon works, like from this trigger. I can just go here and select all of it. And if I am to shoot right now, you know how it works, I just click here, and then, yeah, if I would have the ammo, you know, I'll be able to make some shooting. Right now, I don't have the ammo, yeah, sadly I'm in that part of the mission. And there is something also interesting. If I click in the middle, I believe that this is gonna change the cameras, alright? So let me just go back to the normal mode. Yeah, yesterday when I was playing with this, I was able to change the cameras. Now maybe because of the mapping, it's not really working. So it is still not ideal. In my type of network, I am reading that there are some people online that they're able to get really crazy good speeds with this. I try to really modify my OpenVRT setting on my network, and I'm not so close to the router anyway. But this thing is, I would say, you know, it is playable. I mean, given the fact that you are using a remote play on a console that was launched, what, like 2000, what was it, like 13? Yeah, I think this is still very acceptable. By the way, as you can hear, I am able to get sound. Right? Okay, 20, 30 FPS. I mean, come on, like 10 years ago, playing GTA game with like 20, 30 FPS, this was not a bad experience. Now I think we're kind of like spoiled. Am I able to take a car? Oh, okay, I want to take a car. All these crazy guys are just running me over. I want to see what is going to happen when I'm inside a car. Just try like to drive casually through the city. But all of these very bad NPC people, they don't let me take their cars. Maybe just now, okay? Maybe now, all right? Thank you so much, mister. You're serving a good purpose, because I want to do a video. Okay, yeah. And, all right, guys. I don't want to really sugarcoat it for you. It is not so stable the way I can experience it right now. It can be, or it's probably due to some things on my network. Oh, this guy got me from the car. But if you are able to get this running in a more stable connection environment, then you're probably gonna get like a better experience. For me, it's a proof of concept that works right now quite well. You are able to use your front touchscreen to remap some of the triggers you want. You can use the whole back to do custom remaps. So apparently there are a lot of benefits, and you can access your PlayStation 5 while not, you know, being in front of it, which is kind of cool. So this is my big ass TV, and yep, this is the PlayStation Vita. And as you can see, guys, I am absolutely playing. This is the real game. I'm not joking, right? Like, this is the real game. Now, let me show you if I'm able to change the cameras, because yesterday I was able to just hit here on the screen and change the cameras. So again, there may be some settings that you need to do, but honestly, even at this state, I think that I want to use the word usable. I'm not sure if this is going to be so fair. Okay, I would say it's rather nice. It's rather nice, and yeah, just this non-stop disconnection are kind of killing me. But again, I might think that this is related to my network. My PlayStation is hardwired using Ethernet to a 1 GB router, and I'm using a 2G Wi-Fi connection on my PS Vita. But you can see really how quickly this thing is connecting, like this, boom, and now I'm connected. All right, I'm gonna hit the start and select button, which will eventually help me to get outside of here, and I want to show you, like, this is my PlayStation 5 and this is my PlayStation Vita. And yeah, can I navigate through it? I absolutely can, which is fantastic. So again, Maurizio, GG, great respect, man, keep up the good work. I'm gonna be testing this new build, and guys, if you like this video, you might as well want to check my PSP videos. Stay safe, VST over and bye.